what is necessary for a believer. Don't think that a believer, nothing is going to happen, nothing is going to change. Do not take your faith for granted. You do that, you're opening the door to shaitan. Subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O believers, believe. O believers, believe. And in some other ayats it's saying, now things have changed, the messenger has passed, and now you're not going to believe. And the faith of a believer, what Prophet ﷺ is saying, if 2 days they are the same, what happens? You lose. And our today must be better than yesterday, and our tomorrow has to be better than today. So the believer watches the gauge. He is looking at his heart to see the gauge. How is my faith today? How is my faith? How was it yesterday? What is happening today that is causing the gauge to go up? My faith is increasing. What's happening today that the faith is decreasing? He's watching that. The believer is not looking at anything else. Anything else is periphery, to the side, not front. Because the business of a believer is to believe. And that belief has to increase. If it stays the same, you lose. And believe me, Shaitan is not running after the unbelievers. The unbelievers, he has the leash around their necks anyway. He's running after the believers. And people are thinking the first thing that they're going to do, if they come back to Islam, come back to belief, 99% is saying, I must change the outside first. Yes? In Muslim countries especially, I must change the outside first. How they dress. I must keep a beard now. I must cover my head. They're concentrating on that. It's okay, but it's not the best, because the faith is not from the outside. It's from the inside. 99% thinking, if I come back to religion, come back to Islam, come back to faith, first thing I want to do is, I'm going to read the Quran, or learn how to read the Quran. I'm going to read it every day. It's good to read the Quran. It's good to read the Quran every day. But you don't want to read the Quran like how the munafiqs and unbelievers also reading the Quran. You want to read the Quran the way that believers read the Quran. How do believers read the Quran? Who are the best of the believers? The prophets, Sahabe Kiram. What do they do with that Quran Karim? They read, yes. But are they concentrating on the reading? What are they concentrating on? The Quran is true guidance. The Quran guides you. What were they doing with the teachings of the Quran? They were putting it in their lives. They were living their lifestyle. And they changed the whole world according to the lifestyle of the Prophet and lifestyle of the Quran, the walking Quran. They have a point also, some people who are opposed to Mawlid celebration. They say, Sahabe Kiram, they don't make Mawlid. Well, technically they did. They did a couple of things, yes. But if you mean Mawlid like today's celebration where everybody gathers together, they cook, they eat for days, for weeks. They make celebration like that every year, right? That we may say it's unlikely the Sahabe Kiram, they did that. Say, you see? So they didn't do that. Why are you doing that? But there is a reason why they didn't do that. What is the reason? What is the reason? Because for 23 years, they did not have time to sit and to celebrate. Because for 23 years of their lives, and for more than 1,000 years after, they were sacrificing their lives, their property, their wealth, their children, everything they have in the way of the Prophet, so that we can sit and have grand Mawlid celebrations. In principle, of course, they celebrated it. Not the way we do, yes, but they celebrate. Alhamdulillah, it's raining now. It is showing that it is accepted. Rahmat is coming down. Those of you who are maybe putting your ego aside a little bit, you understand that tonight's zikr is different. We are not here to, just because special this, special that, we're going to make special. No, we go according to the inspiration that is coming. And if it's necessary, we're going to say no. Because everyone is expecting it to be special, we're not going to make it special. When people least expect it, then we're going to show. That time the sincerity is going to come out. They were believers. They were sacrificing their lives, not for their own benefit, but for the benefit of the ummah, for the sake of that Prophet, alayhi salatu wassalam. They lived for that and they died for that. They were fighting like this or like that. What were they fighting against? Injustice, oppression. Tyranny, cruelty. That all these things, they are not known as tyranny, oppression, and cruelty. It was part of the culture. It was institutionalized. They say, what? You're opposed to burying daughters in that sense? That's part of our culture. What? You're opposed that the slave is not going to sit next to the master? That's part of our culture. You're trying to change everything. Yes, they were trying to change everything. They did not expect anything in return. They were not trying to create. I don't like to use that word. Only Allah is a creator. They are not trying to make a perfect society. That's not the point. The point is so that mankind, the ummah, especially at that time, they have the choice of faith or unfaith. Before Islam, there was no choice. Now there is a choice. And it's brought, that choice was brought by the most beautiful, the most beloved one. And everything he brought and his whole lifestyle and the people that are around him is showing nothing but that. If you have that aim, then you're going to think, you're going to say, you're going to understand how today is compared to yesterday. How tomorrow you want it to be. They didn't start with something that is so huge. They started with something small. Like this. Don't think, oh, when I am very rich, that time I'm going to be generous. When we are very big, that time I'm going to run harder. When we become important, that's when I'm going to struggle and help. If you're not doing it now, you're not going to do it then in the future. How you live is how you're going to die. And how you die is how you're going to be buried, and how you are buried is how you're going to be brought back again. Check our faith. That's the whole point I'm talking about. We call ourselves believers. Check it. Things that is preventing your faith from rising, fix it. Don't have time. Angel of death is blowing down your necks. You don't have time. Don't be so stupid, you American type. No, I need time out. I need to go discover myself. As if the whole world is going to pause for you until you come to your own senses. And if you have people in front of you, you like it or you don't, you're saying, don't do it like that. This is better for you. When those who are guiding it is their job and their duty to say. Take it, you win for yourself. You resist it, you are just not being intelligent, because you're going to come back to that station to realize, and you're going to do something about it. We don't have much of a choice. But you take your own time, you would have lost so much. Allah is swearing by time, and mankind is wasting it. We should not be. So check yourselves. Today must be better than yesterday. The work that is here, you must watch, and you must make that to be the priority, not anything else. Everything else, you know that you want to always improve. But when it comes to the work of Allah, people become lazy and they leave it just like that. They get stuck or they regress. Don't be. Inshallah, Allah give us the strength to be able to fight against ourselves. May Allah forgive me. May Allah raise the station of our Shaykh. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum.